I never had the big coming out story. God knows why. Everybody apparently always just knows. It's something that I came to terms with as I was leaving school. But at the same time, I had to come to terms with the fact that it wasn't something I could really be out about or honest with my family, let alone myself. I think there's a level of denial that you kind of go through, and some internalized homophobia that takes a very long time to work through, indeed. And I think it was the London Gay Men's Chorus that helped me deal with some of that internalized homophobia. So I joined originally for sociable reasons, and I enjoyed singing, and it seemed like a good thing to do. And I think I ended up getting a lot more than I realized. It was LGBT History Month, and we were engaging with outreach to children in schools. Part of going and engaging with the event and hearing these kids talk about, singing about love, having written their own poetry, tour guides of gay London, and art and all these wonderful things celebrating gay culture. And I came away thinking, well, I've now learned something from these kids, because they've reminded me of something I always knew, that being LGBT plus is more than just something that is over-sexualized. Unfortunately, focus is really placed on the sexual aspects, the sexuality, rather than the sexual orientation. I'm not just gay, I'm a drag queen. I'm not just Christian, I'm a Catholic. You talk about Catholics and drag, it's quite a fiery combination. Although, middle-aged white men in dresses is probably not quite as uncommon as you might think in the Catholic Church. My relationship with Jesus and with God and my spirituality is a very personal one. So for me, that is a lot easier to deal with, because one day I am going to answer for the life that I lived. And I have to stand up and say, I lived a good life as a gay man. Nobody else is going to answer for that. Gays talk about love is love. The church or religion talks about God is love. We have a lot more in common than sets us apart. What coming out I have had to do is as a person of faith. I was encouraged to do drag the first time by the DJ in a pub. I learned a lot from Tony. And I learned that drag queens have a superpower. And it's quite a responsibility as well. It's that social commentary, being able to stand up and speak on behalf of those that can't. I discovered this in my own evolution, my own growth, becoming a drag artist. And yes, I think it did help me. It did help me, and that find the courage that I think we all need, particularly when we're struggling through some of these things and life isn't straightforward. There are these dualities, things like, yes, I am a gay man, and yes, I am a person with faith. And I shouldn't have to apologize for either.